Yeah, so basically what it is the kids wear this little hat and I chase them with the fake poo, which is fluffy. But the poo is actually, Dervish, a limiting belief. So I leg it after them. And I just like, we attach words to it, like bullying words and stuff like that. So it's not just a poo, it's just like, oh, you're an idiot. Oh, you're a fool. You smell, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's too bright and that's too...
Okay. Let me just check in a minute. Oh, card is full again. Okay, so sorry, mate. I've had a hectic week building spacecraft. We've had
Lego?
No, real spacecraft. real spacecraft. Yeah, I know. Just a nightmare.
The Death Star. The Death Star.
Something like that. It's weird because we're trying to build a certain satellite spacecraft, and it's not working at the moment because we can't get the factory in Germany to give us, because of COVID. You see, the raw materials, and we've got workaround after workaround after workaround, and so I haven't had time to do anything else apart from that, really.
You were building a spacecraft?
Yeah, I work for Airbus Space and Defence. That's my full-time job.
Mate, that's pretty sick. Mate, I want to research that just whilst on this call. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I'm getting excited. Yeah. What's it called?
Airbus, as in, Space and Defence, or Defence and Space. Defence and Space. Yeah, mate, nice one, man. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
No worries, brother. That's cool, man.
Yeah, because I've been on Clubhouse for a bit now and just been listening in. I haven't contributed. I've asked a few questions, but it's more been me just listening in on the Instagram stuff, the Clubhousey bits where you can get better at speaking out and stuff like that. So, and that's where I found you. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, that's where I started following you and looking at what you're doing. And I thought, oh, he would be a great person to come on the podcast. So I'm going to introduce you quickly, and then we can talk about what you want. I've got some questions if you don't mind me asking them.
Mate, fire them away, dude. That's cool with me.
So my next guest is a coach helping kids reach warrior status. He's a best-selling author. He's a TV show winner, international speaker. Please welcome Dow Vincent Hancock to the podcast. Dow, how are you, my man?
Woo! Good, bro.
Yeah,
how are you? Yeah. Thank you for Can you follow me around wherever I go, please, and just introduce me to people? Would that be okay? I like
that. yeah. I mean, like, I've had to master all this stuff because this is not my background. So it sometimes, you stand there in the mirror and practice. Trying to get the confidence up on. I'm okay speaking to people. That's not a problem for me. It's talking to people and asking relevant questions that the viewer or the listener wants to hear, and having the confidence to do that. But, you're quite an easygoing, nice guy. I can see that. I can see that from your Instagram posts. I've been following you and stuff. So we're gonna have fun today, man. We're gonna have fun.
Happy days, dude. I'm excited. Let's go for it.
Yeah. So I was just saying earlier. I found you on Clubhouse. We're both members of that, aren't we?
We certainly are. The new app, the new social media app.
Yeah. I'm still not convinced that it's there to help everybody. And the reason I say that is because every time I go on there and listen to the certain circles that I'm listening to, they're trying to promote and sell something to me. And I'm thinking, is that what it's about? Is that what Clubhouse is about? But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're talking about children and confidence and building up warriors, basically.
That's true. No, yeah, that's true. Just on the same thread as the Clubhouse thing, I think the nuts and crannies of it was for a lot of people just going, oh, how can I promote business? But I think there's a lot of people that have got more than that. They've got friendships, they've got connection, they've got contacts all around the world. I haven't really promoted what I do, and I've got leads from it. People come, I've got parents coming to me asking for help, and I haven't been on there saying, oh, by the way, you get 25% off for the rest of this month because it's COVID. I haven't said any of that. It's just, I just say what I say and just be authentic and real. And if anybody wants to come to me, then they're more than welcome. My DMs are always open for everybody. And that's literally how we met, bro. So yeah, you did it right. This is you've probably heard me sharing Clubhouse, the population of young people on this planet is 20, but they are 100% of our future. So we've got to make sure that we really design and articulate a safe, powerful space for them to grow and thrive, so they can actually help become powerful thought leaders on this planet. So yeah, warrior status, buddy.
I mean, the whole, when I saw your statement on Instagram, changing children into warriors status or something like that, you said on your bio, I thought this is the guy I need to talk to. This is the guy, because I mean, part of it is for my listeners, and part of it is self-education for me. I've got a 4-year-old who I mean, I'm not going to go. I don't think it's racist to say, but he's got Irish, Sicilian, Turkish Cypriot, and English blood, and I think that that mixture of blood, it's quite explosive, I think, and he does get angry. He does get angry to the point where he will shout. It will be over something silly like he won't want to brush his teeth, so I'll say, brush your teeth, otherwise I'll take your toy off you.
Yeah,
I don't know whether I'm doing the right thing all the time. You know, you're learning all the time as a father and a mother. You're learning. You don't know.
The thing is, bro, it's there's a chap called Dr. Bruce Lipton who has diagnosed the imprint phase. There's 4 phases of life, and the first one is the imprint phase, and that's between from 0 to 7.
Yeah,
there is every single thing that we learn in between the ages of 0 to 7. Over 70% of what we learn is limiting, negative, and sabotaging. And we all learn that from our parents because they don't know what the fudge they are doing, and rightly so, because they've never raised a young being before ever on this planet. It doesn't get taught in schools. The best book. How old's your son?
4.
Dervish. 4. So the best book that you could possibly buy in the entire world, Dervish, is Dervish, How to Raise My 4-Year-Old. It's impossible. There's no book, and no one else will get that because everyone's unique, bro. Seriously, you must have heard of the new generational thing now, where it's very snowflake generation. Where people are very woke, people are very low in resilience, and easily offended, kind of thing. If I was to just put it out there, but I think every single person is a snowflake, and the reason being is because there's so many people on this planet that are so different. In fact, everyone is different. There's no one person the same that has ever existed. Just like a snowflake, there's no snowflake that's the same. So when you've got one snowflake that's completely different to another snowflake, there's a new experience that's being created. Now, if you have a daughter that's, I don't know, I'm just guessing, if you've got a daughter that's 12, you can't parent your daughter the same way as your son. In fact, you can't parent. Imagine if you had twins, you can't parent your twins the same. If you had twins, you can't do, because they're 2 completely different people. And I say this because I've coached twins before. And I've seen I've been very fortunate, really. I've coached twins when they were 5 years old, and then a different set of twins when they're 12, and a different set when they were 16. And because of the parenting styles that they used when they were 16, I saw the whole journey. 16. They were very, very aggressive. They were very angry. They were very entitled. They thought the world owed them a favor, all because they were given so much, because they had to be given one, and they were always in competition. I want a faster car than him. I want a bigger toy than him. I want a bigger toy than him. I want to go to this thing, but I want a faster car than him, and I want this. And they used to punch holes in the walls, and it was nuts, and it was crazy. All because they didn't highlight their individuality. They saw them as twins. They didn't see them as 2 individual people, and they bounced off each other. What happened, Dervish? They lost their identity. They didn't know who they were, and that is scary as shizzle. That is so scary. When you lose yourself, when you don't know who you are, mate, That's when the downward spiral happens, when you can't identify with who you are and what you want. But we'll talk a little bit about parenting and stuff, what I've learned after speaking with over 80,000 people worldwide about that a bit later on, dude. But yeah, sorry, you carry on, Chief.
No, that's all right, mate. You listen, you speak how you want to speak, because I'm quite easy on this podcast, and you can talk about, I know you're a very knowledgeable guy on this subject, which is why I wanted you on here. So what are the building blocks to build confidence in a child? Is it easy to tell me that?
Well, first of all, the first thing is to build the building blocks of confidence in you, because a child learns nothing from you, Dervish. Your son has learned absolutely nothing from you, but I tell you what he has done. He has absorbed everything from you. When daddy smokes, he's going to see that, and he may potentially mirror that. If mommy is climbing the stairs, holding onto the banister like this, bro, really tentatively, if he sees that, he's going to model that. And even if you ask him, so why are you climbing the stairs like that for? So I'm a little bit scared of heights or something. It might be a stairs, it might be a castle somewhere in England, I don't know, it could be a theme park ride, whatever, but he'll learn that. So you're only born with two fears, and you must have heard this before, but the fear of falling over and the fear of loud noise. Every other fear is learned. So when he sees this from mum climbing this, I feel like I'm picking on his mum. I feel terrible. I've never met her. But like she kind of said, like, she's like, oh, why are you? I'm a little bit scared of heights, and because she and you are his main two cultural architects on this planet. Where he seeks connection, he seeks unconscious approval. Everything that happens in the whole family is his fault. Not, I don't think that. He thinks that inside of his brain. It's a survival mechanism. He will match and mirror every single thing that you guys do. He'll absorb everything. So lo and behold, boom, well done. You've just given yourself a nice little cheeky fear of heights, and you're going to have that all the way through your life, and it's not going to sustain your happiness, because it's going to block you from doing certain cool things that could potentially help you to be happy. It's a really deep area, dude. So to answer your question, what are the building blocks of confidence in kids? Well, first of all, I think the most important lesson in someone's life, Dervish, is self-belief. I really strongly believe self-belief and self-love. So, or you pick anything you want to: self-belief, self-love, self-esteem, self-efficacy, self-actualization, whatever it is. If it's all relative to the individual. So if mine was self-belief, and I want my kid to believe in themselves, I have to believe in myself first. I have to go out there and do something. I have to show my vulnerability. Hey, Johnny, I'm a little bit scared of going on that theme park ride, but I'm going to do it anyway because I believe in myself. Okay, you can say if you want, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to see what happens. You install that inside yourself first, because they'll see everything that you do in your life, and they'll think, oh, that is what I have to do to survive on this planet. In not so many words, very deep and unconscious. So it's so the real question is, dude, how can you build confidence in yourself? Well, first of all, mate, you need to know what the fudge confidence is. Okay, so Google defines it as the ability to believe in oneself at carrying out a certain task or something like that. Pick any definition. Well, they're wrong because it's not your definition of confidence. My definition personally, me, Dale Vincent Hancock, my definition is the opposite of self-consciousness, and to every day show up as a superhero in my own movie. I do not, if I'm going to write my bio, I'm not going to give someone else the pen, bro. I'm going to write the damn story. That's what's going to happen. Who's going to be, who would you play, who would you cast in a big movie to play yourself? Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio? No, Dale Hancock. It's my freaking life. So first of all, what I do encourage is for people to have their own definition of confidence, and how to do that is they bring back a time in their life when they felt so confident, whenever it may be, and just really get lost in those thoughts and just think, well, what do I actually do? Well, oh my gosh, I jumped out of a plane. That was pretty bad. So it could be something like having the belief to face my fears even though I'm scared. Whatever. That's the definition of confidence. I get kids to draw it. I get kids to draw their confident self, and I get kids to draw their fear monster. So when they draw their fear monster, they draw it and it's all scary, it's spiky, it's like red and all black with sharp teeth and angry face and stuff like that. And you can sometimes, in some kids, you can see their physiology change. Like they get a lot low, and they're drawing, and their facial expressions say all. They're almost like a bit blank in the face. and they get really scared of their fear monster or a monster that is hiding under their bed, depending on the age, obviously. So we're talking ages between 5 to 8 or so.
Yeah.
And we get them to draw it out. And so this is your confidence memory. Here's your fear monster. And they don't like the fear monster. But what we do need to do is we need to reframe that. Think, well, this confidence thing memory wouldn't have happened without your fear monster. Did you know that your fear monster isn't here to hurt you or make you sad or make you angry or make you scared? Your fear monster is actually here to help you be confident. It's help you to be brave. It's help you to be strong. So your fear monster, bro, is here to protect you. It's looking after you every single day. And then we go a bit deeper. Did you have a monster hiding in your bed? Yeah, it was yeah, it was they were there to look after you from other monsters. It's your bro. That's your special monster. So that's what we do. So we get kids and adults to define their own definition of confidence, to find out what it is, and then we find out their 3 non-negotiables of how they're going to show up every single day. So mine is enthusiastic, helpful, and kind. Yeah, those are mine today. So and they could be different tomorrow. We shut and we're like, boom, right, what am I going to do today to make sure I'm enthusiastic? When I've got a podcast call, I've got to make sure I'm going to give everything 100%. He's giving it to me, I'm going to give it to him. I've got a client in a minute that's about half an hour away, called Jacko Van Gass. Is a Paralympian. He's only got one arm because he got blew off in Afghanistan. I'm going to give him everything. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be enthusiastic. I'm going to push him as well. I'm going to be inspiring. And I'm going to make sure that I show up every single day to do that. I want to live my own confidence definition, and I want to live my confidence values. So find out those values and live through it every single day. Yeah, but we could go a bit deeper. Mate, if you start me off, I'm off. No,
that's right.
Feel free to guide me, bro. Guide me.
No, that's all right. So I was just talking to my wife, and I said to her, "Is there anything you want to ask this guy that she's a listener?"
Oh, she's there?
No, she's downstairs, but
she can come up if she wants to say hello.
So hang on a minute. Let me go and see if she'll come and say hello to you. Hang on. She might be in a meeting.
What's her name, by the way, mate?
Josephine.
Josephine.
Yeah, let me just go and see if she's about. Hang on, 1 second. Let me just.
Do you want me to carry on talking, mate? If we do, I'll carry on talking, mate.
Go on, go on. Tell us about more about confidence, because that's something we need to get. That's something we need to get my son more confident, because over the year, I think the lockdowns bothered him a lot. Because the first time we were able to go to a park, we went to a park. And literally, now he just ran around screaming. He wouldn't go on the slides. He wouldn't go on the toy. He wouldn't go on any of the things. He just wouldn't do anything. And it was just running around. And I was running around after him, trying to catch him and trying to stop him and saying, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" And then we went to football the next day to get him into a football academy. And he just stood at the side going, "I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to play. I don't want to play." But prior to that, he wanted to play. As soon as he saw all the kids, he kind of lost. I think that's a loss of confidence. You might be able to tell me otherwise, but let me go and see.
Well, it could be. Yeah, go and see if she's there, mate, and I'll speak to you about this in a second.
We're back.
Welcome back to the Josephine podcast.
I was just. Do you know? I was just thinking that. I was thinking I've launched 26 podcasts right so far, and I bet you this one's going to be the most popular watched one. I bet you. Not because of Josephine, because of you.
No, definitely. It's all Josephine, mate. I think this is cool because people listen to this are going to be like, oh, guess what? There's actually a family. It's not just Dervish, which is just there.
Yeah,
it's a family, and you're being vulnerable.
Yeah. I've tried not to show my vulnerable side for a long time, and then all of a sudden, I think it might have been you I saw on Instagram talking about something like this, and I thought, you know what? It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be nervous going into things, and it's okay to be scared now and again of things, and that's what we're trying to teach Luca.
Bro, it's not okay. It's not okay to be vulnerable. It's bloody powerful. It's strong to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
A little story with me. I think my girlfriend's still here. She might overhear the conversation, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
My brother's gay, and I was always there for my brother. Always growing up, when anyone bullied him, I remember, beating up kids that were picking on my brother Kyle, who's 4 years younger than me. I remember that. and because he was the brains and I was the brawn, I had nothing up here. But I was just more sporty and he wasn't. And he got picked on, and I was always there for him until probably his early 20s, late teens. He was coming out of the closet, and I wasn't there for him, mate. I was in a crowd where it's very alpha, very anti-gay, very, very horrible words being thrown around about the gay community. And it was horrible, and I was never there for him. And it was, I believe he almost contemplated the worst, which really shook my tree. And I remember randomly, I was with a past girlfriend drawing a tattoo, and I wanted it to be. My brother asked me for a tattoo, so I drew a tattoo. I was pretty good at art, so I was drawing a tattoo, very creative. And I started crying. And she was like, "What are you crying?" I was like, I'm not crying. Leave me alone. I'm not crying. And we ran away to the bathroom. I'm not crying. What are you talking about? I'm not crying. I'm just a little bit like I've got a headache. Just leave me alone. And then and I thought I was fine. I thought it was all good. There was a movie called Love, Simon, and I was watching that with Laura, and we were cuddling on the sofa like this, and this kid got the chance to come out of the closet, stolen from him by someone at school. So sorry for ruining the plot, everybody. But he was a teenager, and he was coming out as a gay boy, gay man, and he came out to his friend, and Dervish, I had a warm sensation go down my cheek, and I was like, that was weird, and it was so unconscious. I had no idea. And then he came out to his mom, and the shoulders were going, the throat was hurting, the eyes were blinking. I was trying to keep back the gas of air. And Dervish, it was so painful. My throat was on fire, trying to hold back the emotion. I was in agony, my throat was. And then he came out to his dad. So when he came out to me and my mom, we were very, don't tell dad, don't you dare tell dad, he'll be really cross and da-da-da-da-da. I mean, how brutal was that? How brutal was that? And in the movie, Love, Simon came out to his dad, and his dad cried. And I was just watching it, and I thought, and I just had a choice of going to the bathroom again or just letting it all out and being vulnerable. And it was just one of the scariest times. I've jumped out of an airplane, mate. I've swam with sharks. This was one of the most scariest times in my life. I was proper scared, man, because I was with this beautiful girl who's, blonde hair, blue eyes, beautiful, works out, ambitious, didn't want to lose her, didn't want her to judge me, didn't want her to think I was a puff, didn't want to think I was weak. And I just let it all out. And she turned around like so quickly and looked at me and said, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she squeezed me so tight it hurt. And honestly, we're talking Niagara Falls, snot coming out my nose, crying for 10 minutes, like all unprocessed emotion. Just released. And I was so scared, but so brave at the same time. And the reason why I cried when he came up to his dad, because my brother said to my dad, he said, "Dad, I think I'm gay." And Dad looked at him and said, "Are you happy?" And he said, "Yeah." And Dad said, "Well, let's go and get a Nando's then." And I was just like, how dare I underestimate my own dad, man, and my mum underestimate her husband. We didn't even give him the chance until Kyle came out with it. And it was really, and I was so emotional, and I was so, whoa, this is why I've got a tattoo. I can't really see it, but I've got a tattoo on my shoulder just here of his birthday, Roman numerals, just to remind me not to be a dick again.
No, that's powerful. That's powerful though, man. I mean, that's we all have these emotions and these feelings inside us. And my dad was never one to show emotion. He didn't show love. He didn't show hate. He didn't show any emotion at all. And I think I am. I think Josephine will say I'm completely the opposite. I will cry if I'm watching something sad on TV, or an emotion, like you said, comes back to you. While you're watching a film that it's a very similar situation to you, what you were in. So it's definitely. So no, but hats off to you guys, man. And it's interesting. How long have we got, mate?
Well, I've got a dash in about 20 minutes. Is that okay, mate?
Yeah, no,
Is
no
that all
problem.
right? But we've got over an hour. I do reckon, mate. I do reckon you should keep in Josephine talking, because that was awesome.
Yeah,
That's going to help a lot of people. She was so vulnerable.
Yeah, do you know what? I've tried to get her on before. And she was like, "No, I'm not coming on. I'm not coming on. I don't like myself on camera." And I'm like, I was like that at the start. I didn't like looking at myself. I didn't like reviewing and editing these videos and stuff. You know what I mean? But now I love it.
I tell you what. If she keeps it in, I'm going to send you guys a copy of my book for free. There you go.
Oh, wicked.
So
awesome.
you can have a book for free, but she's got to have that all in, because she's going to help so many people, and also, mate, she's going to help her son when he knows about this as well. So, like I said to you,
yeah,
to teach your kid confidence, you have to be confident yourself.
Yeah.
Forget the fear of judgment. Forget the fear of failure. Forget all the fear of success and all that. Forget all that. They're good tools, but if you keep living down that road, you are never going to live a successful life. Success is relative to you. Success isn't about hiding in a corner. Success is about helping other people and championing yourself and really growing who you are. This is a growth moment for her, bro.
Yeah.
Encourage her. Don't force her, obviously, and I don't guilt trip her. No, I didn't mean to guilt trip her, but I'll give you the book anyway. But if she'd be cool if she could, because it's going to help lots of people, mate.
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's cool. And she's probably ordering your book now. I know there's already an Amazon ordering it right now. She has been saying to me for a while now, "You've got to read this book. We've got a book. I can't remember what it's called, but this book." She keeps saying to me, "Can you read it?" And you know, I haven't got the time. I work 45 hours a week. I drive 20 hours a week. I do the podcasting, the editing stuff, and all that. And I have to have time for my son.
Of course you do.
I go to the gym straight after work, and I try and get a half an hour workout really quickly. I've been struggling with fitness at the moment. I used to be really fit, and then I had a problem and I had an operation, and then it went downhill from there. But I'm trying to get back to that fitness, and so I haven't got a lot of time to read this book. And I keep saying to her, "I haven't got time to read the book. I'll try and put 20 minutes aside a day to read this book." But I don't believe in reading a book on how to bring up a child. And like you said earlier, you know, the book's it's got to be us. It's got to be, you know, we're the ones that know how to bring, well, not know, but we're the ones that are going to bring up our child, and he's different to every other child. So it's an interesting area, but yeah, I'll try and read it if I can. Did I ask you?
Hey,
go on, mate.
I was going to say, mate, you know the quote from Yoda: "There is no try. It's either do or do not, mate. Do or do not. You're either gonna read the book, or you're not gonna read the book. There's no middle ground."
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. Carry on.
What do you think of the naughty step then? Is it a powerful tool to use for a child if you're trying to discipline?
Again, the naughty step. A lot of parents say it teaches accountability and responsibility for their emotions and angers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what it's actually doing is creating a disconnect.
Right.
It's creating a disconnect from the child. So, Dervish, if you're walking down the streets of New York, dark streets, back streets, and there's 5 big guys coming towards you, and you can see one with a knife and a few with the baseball bats and stuff. On a scale of 1 to 10, how scared would you be?
Massively, yeah. 10.
Mate, I'll be 20. I'll be 25. I'll be proper scared. I'll have massive anxiety. That moment just there.
That has happened to me. That has happened to me, by the way, in other cities.
Has it? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is perfect. Then we can use this as a real experience. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So you've been through that. You've enjoyed that, and you were proper scared. You were really, really, really scared, which is great, because I want you to liken that to the very first time that Luca, is it? Felt anger. So feeling anger for the first time, the second time, the third time, feeling disappointment for the 7th time, the 10th time, the 27th time is scary. What is this new wave of feeling that's just come over me? You know, kids do not have any control over their anger and emotion back then, when at that age, at that tender age. Just like you have no control of what's going to happen with these guys, what they're about to do with you. You're out of control. There's no control. This is where the fear comes in. So for a kid to experience anger for the first, or in between the first and the 50th time, it's very, very scary. Yeah. It's so scary. It's like going to, if you went to a brand new job and working for like NASA or something, you've been given a new title, which is a hell of a lot more money. You're going to get massive imposter syndrome and stuff. If you operate that way, it's really, really scary. So the point I'm making here is that when we put a kid on the naughty step, this kid has just been vulnerable by expressing themselves. So they're being punished for expressing themselves. They have a disconnection for expressing themselves. So you've just made your child's just been angry by expressing themselves, whatever the expression is, sadness, anger, hurt, whatever. And then you putting them on a naughty step, creating disconnect. Would you ever put your boy on a naughty step for being happy? Would you ever put your boy on a naughty step for being excited? No, but they're doing the same thing, mate. They're expressing an emotion. There's no such thing as a bad emotion. There's no such thing as a negative emotion. They're just freaking emotions. It's just a little bit of information from the external environment going into your brain telling you something that something ain't right. So you're a bit scared and you're a bit fearful and you don't want to do that. The reason why people say that we shouldn't put them on a naughty step is because it creates a disconnect and it will stop them from expressing themselves later on. So let's say, for example, there's a 14-year-old girl that's self-harming. Trigger warning, by the way, people that listen to this. I'm going to talk a little bit about self-harming. Self-harming. What would the one thing you'd want her to do? Express herself. Share it.
Share it.
So, Dad, I've just been self-harming. Oh, go and sit on the naughty step. You've just go and sit on the naughty step. Doesn't work.
No.
You've got to, and even still, they won't express if they've been sitting on the naughty step because they've been in the past been punished in the imprint phase, where that's where the absorption takes place. They've been punished for expressing themselves. Now, I will never sit here, mate, and tell a parent how to parent because it's arrogant. I would never do that. Never, ever do that. First of all, I don't have any kids. Second of all, every single kid is unique and different to that household. Every single dad is different to that unique. Every single mom is different to that unique household. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've managed to speak to over 80,000 people worldwide. So I've got a nice array of different families and different orientations from around the world. So not just England, but in America as well and Australia. I've been speaking to lots of people when I'm really digging deep. So I've got a wider perspective than most parents, but I haven't been in the thick of it. I would never tell parents how to parent, but I'll give options. Say, okay, Einstein's theory of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. It's like if I don't like it when, I don't know, oh my goodness gracious me, Laura keeps taking my car to go to the gym, let's say, for example, and I have a go, Laura, would you stop taking my car? I'm late for a client. What the hell are you doing? Right, she does it again. Laura, stop taking my freaking car. I'm sick of it. It's not working, Dale. Your anger's not working. She says it to me, Dale, you need to learn how to do the pots properly. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Dale, you need to learn to do. She's just becoming white noise. I'm becoming white noise. If you're not getting the result by doing the same thing over and over again, you're insane. It's like me not wanting pain, but I'm still putting my hand over the fire. I'll just turn the gas on, there's a fire. Ow, that really hurt. Ow, that really hurt. Ow, that really, you think I'm insane. You think, Dale, what the hell are you doing? That's what we're doing day to day life, because we are governed and ran by the patterns and unconscious patterns that we've got inside of us, and they turn into habits, and then that will turn into our daily routines, and then that, unfortunately, will turn into our life if we're not happy with them.
Okay, so what's the biggest mistakes? What's the biggest mistakes then that parents do, in your opinion? That could damage
biggest
a child?
Mistakes. Okay, the biggest mistakes that I've seen, I would say, is creating a disconnect. Naughty step could be another one. Not spending time with the child. But also putting him or her first.
Oh, that last one. I've been telling Josephine for a long time, and she doesn't. I think she gives 99% of her whole world and time to Luca, and I'm about probably, if you want to put it on a percentage scale, I'd say about 85%, because I get to go to work and I get to go to the gym, although Josephine does go to the gym. But so I've been saying to her, if he sees that we're just giving our complete selves to him, he's going to grow up in that environment and think, well, I've got to give myself to somebody. And that does worry me a little bit.
It's one of two things, bro. He could grow up entitled, expecting the world owes him a favour. Well, Mummy and Dad did this for me, so why haven't I got that job? Why haven't I got that girlfriend? What happened there? And if he's grown up angry, then he might get a bit angry at work, and he might either internalise that anger, which is very, very dangerous, or he could externally express that anger, where it could be, I don't know, hurting a girl or a boy, or a relationship that he's in. Because she or he wants to leave and go away, and he doesn't understand why. Well, I'm expecting this. I don't understand why you don't love me for you, mummy don't, whatever. Or like you said just there, he will put himself second over somebody else's need, and it could even be a friend. It could even be like a new romance at school or something, bro. It could be a group of friends that want to smoke weed. And there's nothing wrong with smoking weed. It's the intention behind smoking weed, by the way, but it's being led down that path. So it could be down. It could make him either accept or reject. So just like, I'm entitled. I deserve this. Mom and Dad, get me a car. Mom, no, you can't have a car. Oh, I don't want to freaking out. Smash the thing, whatever. Or it could be, oh, what do you want to do, friend? Oh, we've got a new friend just here. What do you want to do? Putting themselves second and not living their own authentic life. So that's a huge mistake. That's a huge mistake, because what's going to happen is he's going to grow up thinking that a relationship isn't really that important as well. So obviously, if he's been put first by mum, he's going to see that she's putting you second or you third even. And it's just like, well, the relationship's not really important. And I've seen this as well. In fact, this used to be me, bouncing around from relationship to relationship, because my mom was exactly the same as Josephine. My mom wasn't raised with a lot of love in her family by my grandfather and my grandmother. Very odd what they did. And she doted on me and my brother Kyle. Doted on us so much, and I love that. I love that so much. And my brother Kyle accepted, and he's now happily married for 9 years to his partner Luke. They got married in Disneyland. So sweet. I definitely want to get married in Disneyland. And or reject. And I did that. So I was bouncing from relationship to relationship, not valuing the relationship, thinking, oh, I've got to the end of the tether now. Next, which is what I don't want to be. I don't want to be that. I don't want that at all. So it's to get, and it's very hard, man, isn't it? It's to get that balance, but it's got to be appreciated and understood and respected by the child, that you two are in love and you are modeling love. You can ask the question, Josephine, do you want Luca to be in a happy, loving relationship when he's older? Yes. Well, let's show it. Let's show that to him. Let's show that. That's super, super important. It goes person first. So for you, it's you first, then her, then him. For her first, then you, then him. Okay. In that, and I'm not talking about you just completely washing him out. We're talking like a fraction of a percent, for goodness sake, like a tiny. And I'm not saying just if he falls over, and breaks the leg. So hang about, we're going on date night. So you deal with that. That's not going to happen.
No, it's not. But no, it's been interesting, man. It's been interesting. I'm going to ask you a question before I let you go.
Go on, mate.
So what would you give advice to a 13-year-old down on life? I mean, you've got so many. That's why I asked it now, because I know we've got 10 minutes or so left. But
do you know what, bro? I waffle, don't I?
No, you don't waffle, mate. You give up lots of knowledge, honestly. Really interesting.
It changes every single time.
Yeah.
But I would say a few things. That it's hard to look it down to one thing. To be your very own best friend. To be your own best friend, because how often do we stand up for a mate who's being shouted at or being beaten up? Get out of the way! Whoa, don't be that! Don't be that! but have them do that to ourselves. We just take the hits sometimes. Sometimes someone's being mean, just like, yeah, whatever. We'll just take it. So let's stand up for ourselves. Me being my very own best friend. But as well as that, I really, really wish, and I don't regret it because I'm where I am right now. It may not have happened if I did it earlier. To find out my passion sooner rather than later.
Yes.
So to find out what impact I want to make in the world, to create my own legacy. There's a legacy just there, dude. So I say, dude, you are going to build a legacy, whether you like it or not. And a legacy is making an impact on the young minds on this world, and you're going to help them make an impact on their young minds of the world as well. So you can either start in 20 years time, or you can start now. So what do you want to do? And looking back, maybe unconsciously, that's what I was doing, because I started coaching when I was 14.
Okay.
I was coaching athletics and football when I was 14, and I loved it. It was really, really cool. So maybe, it was already happening, but I wanted to, I would say, have a better relationship with myself and have more self-belief in what I am capable of and lead my own path. So don't follow like a sheep. Like I call it sheeple. There's people out here that are sheeple. They just follow like a sheep. So be a shepherd, be a warrior, be your own person, be a Ronin. If in my book it goes through the 8 warrior paths.
Yes.
And they're all different warriors, but there's one hidden path at the end. And that's Ronin, whereby it's a masterless samurai. You learn all your skills, you be who you are, and you're on this planet to serve you and your life, to help you impact the lives of others. So I would, and don't get me wrong, definitely find role models, definitely find mentors, but do it day away. Do it the day away. Don't do it that way. Do it your way, man. And you're deserving, you're capable, and you're eager. So go in and smash it.
Yeah. Do you ever talk at charity events or anything like that, or for kids?
No, I'd like to do, dude. I'd love to do more of that. I just don't know what's happened. No one's contacted me from charity events. But I do speak at some schools.
You do, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. I've got a school. I'm talking to a whole next month. Early next month. I'm talking in front of it. I thought it was only going to be a year 8 class. Turns out it's the whole of the secondary school.
Oh, really?
So I'm happy about that. It's going to be exciting.
Are you going to the school? Or are you going to do it like we are now?
I'm going to the school.
Yeah, that's good. Because in person is a lot more powerful, isn't it?
Oh, mate.
Yeah. I mean, I'm part of Inspiring Futures. Google those guys, Inspiring Futures. So they do a lot of motivational speeches and things for children at mostly primary school level and going up to about 16 years old. I'm involved because of my aerospace degree, my background, and I came from a really rough background, not much love in the house really, and a really, really bad bullying spate of about 10 years of bullying. And so somehow I made it to Kingston University, got my degree in engineering, aerospace engineering, and now I'm doing what I'm doing. And they wanted to speak to me about that, so they got me in on Zoom to talk to the children a couple of weeks ago. And
nice.
I had one on Monday as well, just talking about what I do and stuff. So if you're interested, Inspiring Futures, they're a good one.
Yeah, mate, that's cool.
Have a look.
Well, you can, man, you can help me out with that one then.
Yeah, definitely. And so where can people find you, Dale? What's your social media? And all that.
Mainly on Instagram, buddy. So Dale Vincent Coaching. All you got to do is just type in Dale Vincent Coaching, and I will be the top one, or should be the top one. On Clubhouse, it's Dale Hancock. Yeah. And on Facebook, it's Dale Hancock or Dale Vincent Coaching as well. And on LinkedIn, it's Dale Hancock too. So at the moment, I'm helping teachers and educators leave the confinements of the classroom and coach the way you want to coach.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I'm coaching those people as well. So if you want to reach
Okay.
out to me about that as well, just feel free just
Yeah.
to drop me a message, because it's so important, mate. When I first left the classroom, I was so scared, mate. I only made $2,000 in the first year. I was doing £2,000. I had to live off my savings, but I knew that I
Serious.
wanted to do this. Yeah, I knew that I
Yeah.
wanted to do this. So if I can just help people, if they're sick of it now, sick of the education system, and they want to make more of an impact, then that's definitely the way to go. Like, it's scary, but dude, nothing's worth having if it's easy to get.
Yeah, definitely, and
Like
the best things in life are the things you work for, isn't it? That's the thing, isn't it?
100%, dude.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But mate, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Honestly,
Pleasure, bro.
We haven't had enough time. I'm definitely gonna get you on again whenever you're free. I know you're a very busy man, so we will definitely do this again. Thank you very much, and Dale, Vincent, Hancock, thank you so much. Honestly.
Pleasure, buddy.
Yeah. I'm sure this episode's going to go out in about a few weeks' time. I'll let you know before it goes out.
Please do.
And then we'll catch up over social media and advertising it and stuff and getting it all boosted so that we can get the eyes on the podcast. Definitely. I'm going to stop this here for a minute and then carry on chatting 2 minutes.
See you later, team.